Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we are diving into a financial document so exciting it's like watching paint dry. But don't worry, we'll make it less boring by focusing on the really important stuff. We are going to look at what Constellation Acquisition Corp I, a special purpose acquisition company also known as a SPAC, is up to and why they needed a little extra time to do it. This report, called an 8K, is like a financial bat signal telling investors about major events that could affect the company. In this case, it's about the company needing more time to complete a business deal. Think of it as hitting the snooze button on their business alarm clock. The key date here is March 27, 2025. This is when the company had to make a decision about whether to extend the deadline for finding a company to merge with or acquire. Constellation Acquisition Corp I is a blank check company. They don't have any real business operations of their own. Instead, they raise money from investors with the goal of finding a private company to merge with, taking that company public. The filing confirms they aren't using this report to fulfill other legal requirements. So let's move on to the actual news. Here's where it gets interesting. Item 2.03 tells us they created a financial obligation. Basically, they borrowed a small amount of money to buy themselves more time. On March 27, 2025, Constellation Acquisition Corp I borrowed an additional $5,000. The company is calling this borrowing an extension fund. These extension funds were approved by unanimous resolution of the extension committee, which means the members of that committee were all in agreement about the decision. This loan is coming from Constellation sponsor LP, which is likely an entity connected to the people who set up the SPAC in the first place. This is a common arrangement in the SPAC world. This $5,000 deposit buys them an extra month, pushing their deadline from the end of March to the end of April. The company can extend the deadline up to 11 times for 1 month each time, according to their rules. This extension is the second of those 11 one-month extensions. The loan doesn't charge any interest, which is a pretty sweet deal. It only needs to be paid back once the company actually finds a business to merge with. If they can't find a company to merge with, the loan will only be paid back with whatever money they have lying around outside of their main trust account. That's a risky situation for the lender, but also for the company because it shows the company is committed to closing a deal and isn't overly concerned about the lender. Chandra R. Patel, the Chief Executive Officer, signed off on the document so we know it's official. He did so. What does all of this mean? Constellation Acquisition Corp I is running out of time to find a company to acquire. They're paying a small fee, $5,000, to extend the deadline by a month. This could indicate they are in late-stage negotiations with a target company. It shows they are still trying to make a deal happen, but it also puts pressure on them. Every month that passes is another month of uncertainty and potentially losing investor confidence. The positive side is that the company isn't giving up and still has 9 months of extension available. See, what are the risks and opportunities here? A major risk is that they won't find a suitable company and will have to return the money to investors, minus the expenses they've already incurred. That's a loss for everyone involved. An opportunity is that they find a great company to merge with, creating value for shareholders and themselves. The clock is ticking and they need to find a deal quickly. The relatively small size of the extension payment, $5,000, suggests that the company may believe they are closing in on a business combination and that this payment is worth it to finalize the deal. In conclusion, this filing highlights the ticking clock in the SPAC world. Constellation Acquisition Corp I is working to find a deal, but time is running out. Investors should watch closely to see if they can pull off a successful merger before their deadline. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe for more corporate deep dives.